As you know, movement has changed drastically from season 1 till now, and I'm going to update you on all the changes that they made and teach you how to win more gunfights, what kind of movement you want to do in certain situations, and just hopefully pack as much knowledge as I can into this video. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to EA and Apex Legends Mobile for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to stick around and watch till the end, because probably most of the like in-depth detailed information is going to be around the end. I'm going to start slow, explain kind of what changed and just the basics, and we're going to work our way up from there. So I will try to put timestamps in the comment section or the description below if I forget. Someone who's watching this video, if you could do that, that would be amazing. First step to having better movement is to not use a big character like Gibby. I'm just kidding. You can actually do some crazy movement with Gibby, but larger characters like Caustic and him, they run a little bit slower, it feels like, and they also have bigger hitboxes. They do take less damage, so that's a benefit, but mainly you want to be using Octane, Wraith, Bangalore, and just smaller characters. So season 1, they had bunny hopping, which would allow you to maintain momentum when jumping and sliding. You could just constantly do that across the map. That was nerfed. You can't do that anymore. You can do like maybe 1 or 2 before you lose all your momentum, so it's definitely not worth doing. And then jump spamming came into the picture, and what jump spamming was you could do this and just keep jumping without losing momentum. You see right now I'm just doing mini hops, but you could literally do full jumps repeatedly without losing any momentum and having your bullets be perfectly accurate when you're in the air. That's not possible anymore, so that was also nerfed. You can kind of do it a little bit. I'm going to show you how. What I hate to see, and I see it all the time, is in this update people are like, okay, movement's dead, jumping's not good, sliding's not good, there's nothing that you can really do during gunfights. Well, that's a lie. You do not want to stand there. You don't want to stand there and do this and shoot at an enemy, because you're going to get lasered. You might laser them, but you're also going to probably get taken out because it's a team game. His teammate's just going to come through and finish you off. First thing, when I approach an enemy, I check to see if they just start firing immediately. If they start spam firing at me, they actually reduced aim assist, so it's going to be kind of hard for them to hit me if I start jumping and going around from right to left, or just like jump once or twice, slide. I try to dodge like half of their first clip, and then I'll stop moving, and then I'll spray them down. So they've missed half their clip, but I still have my whole entire mag in my gun, so I'm able to just turn around after I make a miss and just one clip them, which is extremely good. A lot of people just don't integrate movement as much this season, but if you start going into that fight with a jump, maybe even a little bit of hip fire, slide, just kind of mess their aim up, screw up their aim assist, and then start to engage that fight. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to just run up to them and start crouch spamming. This is like the only type of movement right now that you can do while you're shooting. Everything else is going to be super inaccurate, and crouch spamming, you pretty much just, like the name implies, click the crouch button as fast as you possibly can, and it's going to look like you're just going up and down super fast on their screen. It might mess them up, it might not mess them up. It's not as good as jump spamming, obviously, but that's one of the best techs right now. You can also, if you're close enough to them and you think you can accurately hip fire, you combine that with hip firing, and you're gonna strafe a lot faster, obviously, when you're hip firing, or you can just like, you know, move back and forth. Jumping works a bit with hip firing, actually. So if you are close enough to them, just jump and fire, and you're gonna do probably half as much damage as you would if you're standing still, but it's gonna be harder for them to hit you too. So it has its positives, it has its negatives. We might talk more about that a little bit later, but right now I'm gonna show you how I do zipline fights. I haven't done too much of them this season, mainly because Capital City is only there for a couple hours, but the way I like the zipline fight is I have my zipline button. I have it on a whole separate finger. So if you're not playing 4 fingers, you're probably missing out. I play on, what do I play now? I play 6 fingers. So I definitely have more than enough fingers on the screen to click all these buttons. But I make a separate button for the zipline, and then I just spam that as I'm going up. This is going to make you way harder to hit. Do this on balloons or when you go up into a building or down a zip, because you're going to be easy to beam. You're gonna get 1 clipped off a zip line if you don't do this spamming method. It just makes it very hard to hit, and you can even practice this in the range, because they have zips in the range. So, you know, I'll just jump around here, just spam and turn. Another form of movement that I want to talk about is ledge sliding. So a lot of people don't do this enough, but if you land, if you jump and then slide before you hit the ground and land on the very edge of a ledge, it's going to give you, I guess it's called ledge boosting. I don't know why I said ledge sliding, but ledge boosting, yeah, you're just gonna slide a lot longer. And I don't see people do this enough. When I'm approaching enemies, or like when I'm sliding down a hill or something and there's a bunch of different gradients, if I don't want to slow down and I want that boost, I'm gonna do a little jump, hit the slide, and then go right off the edge, and it's gonna like boost me forward. So I love to do that. I even like to do it in gunfights if it's possible. Next up, one mechanic that is still in the game, it got changed a little bit in this last update. It's actually wall bounce. Wall bouncing is probably the most important movement mechanic right now in the game. And how you do this, it's very, very simple. You sprint up to a wall, let go of the joystick, and then spam the jump button as soon as you're hitting the wall. So that should bounce you off the wall like there. And I'm just gonna do it one more time. I like to spam the jump button. You can change your settings to simplify jumping, but for me that just messes me up because a lot of times it ends up mantling for like half a second when I could just slide and spam the button and I would go farther. So I like to spam the button. It's all personal preference, but for me, spamming the button works a lot better and it's more consistent. So combine all these movement techs into one and you are going to notice a vast improvement. It might seem like there's not much in the game right now, but you just gotta adapt and change with every update. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.